Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly Covert, and I am sitting here with my good friend and amazing jazz saxophonist, Joe Carello. Joe, how are you today?
I'm fabulous. And how are you, Kelly?
I'm so good.
Yeah.
I was reminiscing because the last time we were talking face to face, as if this were face to face, was in the depths of a deep, dark pit underneath Syracuse stage, where we spent a lot of time together
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year playing for Beauty and the Beast. So it's so good to see your face,
Yeah.
and we're
And
so
oh, I was just going to say, and we were loving doing that, in that dark, moldy pit. No, I shouldn't say that, but we miss it and we loved it and we wish we
Mhm.
could be there again.
That's true, but we are so excited to welcome you to our Symhoria stage for our De-Lovely Valentine's Day concert on February 13th. And I'm guessing for you that you have not been doing a lot of playing. Will this be your first time playing out, or what have you been up to?
Would this would be my first? This is my only gig booked in 2021. So but I did play. I did do a. I did with a couple of friends. We did a three-song video for Arts at the Palace in Hamilton, New York. That was a wonderful thing to be a part of. And I did a few things, little odds and ends, fundraisers in the late summer when it was outside outdoors, where we could be socially distanced and. For the Chelsea Opera Company out of New York City that has a presence here now, and I've done work for them before. So we did some fundraising for Chelsea Opera and some fundraising for Arts at the Palace in Hamilton, and
Mhm.
uh, and then I had a couple of things that got booked, and then because the environment got a little dicey with COVID, they took them away, and then they said, "Okay, we can come back," and then the environment changed again. So that's a long answer to your question, but this is the only gig I have right now.
Well, we are honored that you would join us for this concert, and it's mostly playing things from the Great American Songbook, which you're super familiar with. Why don't you tell us what you love about music like this?
I guess it's because I've listened to them my whole life, these songs, from Tin Pan Alley and show tunes. And I've played in orchestras where we've played this music, pit orchestras, and all the people that I worked with, that I had the chance to work with that aren't around anymore, that used to travel and book local musicians. Like I've gotten the chance to work with Steve Lawrence and Frank Sinatra Jr. and Barry Manilow and all those people. They play these songs, and that's the music that I feel like I'm hearing in my head all the time. So it's exciting. It's wonderful to play music uh, that you love.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I agree. And a little bird told me that you are really looking forward to playing Unforgettable, which is sort of our, the highlight of the concert because you have had the opportunity to play this with Natalie Cole before. Is that true?
Yeah, I boy, Natalie Cole, what a tremendous loss. Yeah, she was one that would travel, and I was fortunate enough to be able to play her show several times when she was in the upstate area, and um, and the first time that she came through, at least that I was hired for, she had just released this album where she sang "Unforgettable." So and I happened to be the fellow that was sitting in the chair where that solo was, and they had it all written out just like it was played. I want to say it was Plaz Johnson that did it on the recording, but I'm not sure about that. But they had it written out, and in fact, some of the players that were traveling with her were on the original recording, and I was able to play that exact solo. Um, with her in that concert. So it was like it was, it's a memory. I'll take it with me forever.
For sure. And we're excited that you'll be bringing that energy to the stage with Nick and Julia. I know that Sean is sitting down to talk with them about this music, and they are so excited to have you backing them. And one of the things that you are a specialist at is not just playing saxophone, but playing many instruments. You are a doubler. Why don't you tell people what that means and sort of what you'll be doing in the concert?
Well, what that means is that I try to keep a little battery of instruments up to a level that I can read and play many, some music on flute and clarinet and piccolo and occasionally oboe and English horn, which I'm practicing more in pandemic time than I ever had in my life, and that's fun. And I'm having a fun time teaching some oboe students. I have a couple of wonderful oboe students right now, and I'm really enjoying remembering my training and trying to pass that along. When you play in pit orchestras for shows, oftentimes, very often, they need to have a small group of musicians cover a lot of territory. So a reed player would be expected to play more than one instrument, and I've been able to, been fortunate enough to have people let me do that in their orchestras for my performing life as part of what I do. So, and I love it. I really do enjoy trying to play better on all those instruments, and it also makes me appreciate all you guys that play these instruments and sound so fabulous like yourself. I just hear you in my head and try to try to imitate.
Well, you're so nice, Joe, because I can't even imagine playing all of the instruments that you do and switching back and forth between one and the other, and at a beat's notice. Sometimes only you have a measure to switch, which is really something else. Of all of the instruments you play, saxophone is your primary instrument. Of your secondary instruments, what is your favorite?
Well, I'm not saying this just because you're sitting there, but I have the flute out every single day, and I aspire to play it better all the time. So if my daughter will tell you, she has the bedroom next to my office, and very often she wants to sleep until the very last moment before she has to go online for school, and very often I'm up a little earlier and want to play some flute before she's ready. So I get a text, Dad, could you wait 10 minutes before you play your flute?
Ah.
Could you wait? But I do play flute every day. I play the flute and try to learn more about it. To me, it's been one that I felt connected to anyways. So I enjoy it.
Mhm.
And the clarinet is there, and the alto sax is there, and I kind of, you know, mess with all those and play my closing on the clarinet when I pick it up, and when I'm waiting for a student, and
Mhm.
play some jazz on the alto and jazz on the flute. But
Uh-huh.
I've always loved the flute. I had it since I was in the ninth grade. I bought a flute, and my teacher gave me little pointers, and I always loved playing that in addition to saxophone.
Well,
Yeah.
you chose wisely. I mean, flute's an amazing instrument, in my humble opinion. And it's funny what you say about practicing. This studio where I'm in right now is actually right underneath my kids' rooms, and they don't get to say, I practice when I want to practice. So if that's after they go to bed at night, they deal with it. If it's before they wake up in the morning, they deal with it. So you're so nice. I just say tough.
Well, I mean, I say that too. I often tell my daughter, I said, look, I don't have that much time to blow, so you're going to have to cut me some slack here. But
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
know, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Well, it's tricky, especially with the kids being home all day long doing online school. Joe, we are so thrilled to have you play with us. I know that everyone is going to enjoy your performance on all of the instruments that you play for us this weekend. Thank you. And for those of you who are watching, definitely be sure to get your tickets to A De-Lovely Valentine's Day and enjoy the show. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you so much, Kelly, and I'm looking forward to it as much as as you guys say, I am thrilled. So thanks for having me.